Tell me how you feel.
I used to be happy. I remember the colorful life I had. I was everything. I was paper thin, dancing in the waves of life. I used to see colors, red, green, blue. Yes, blue was everywhere. I lived over and over with people around me. I remember this time when I had a life, when I was myself, when I was all I ever wanted to be.
What happened after?
Over time, life disappeared. I started to fall, piece by piece. The lights were going off, and I was soaking.
In what?
I was soaking in darkness. I started to sink in endless spirals of desperateness. I remember that. I looked at myself, but I saw nothing, just the faded picture. I couldn't find myself anywhere. This whole life seems meaningless. Just a tape.
A tape? How so?
Yes. But a repetitive one that goes over and over non-stop, repeating the same words. I have no hope no more.
How did you feel?
I just saw everything blank. I saw myself nowhere. I realized then, only then.
What did you realize? What did you realize?
That suicide was the only solution. That suicide was the only solution.
With the fast lifestyle, the suicide rates are increasing in all around the world. Countless of people taking the decision to end their life without known reason. This is a very sensitive matter that causes deep emotion. The purpose of this video to realize this problem in our society. It's never too late. In the end of the video, we will reveal a hidden secret of a simple wisdom that solves everything. Why we collapse, what happens biologically, why life gives us a sadness, what is the hidden wisdom that solves everything, why we collapse. When we face hardships, problems, or new emotions that cause us a shock, it opens the first way to such collapse. When we are inside the problem, we see us as victim. We feel the whole world is collaborating to hurt us. If we reach to such state, then we see only ourselves in the picture. The reason behind that is our wrongful look to everything. We have a poor judgment to matters. We relate wealth, health, or relationship to our identity. Let us put it in an easier way. We create a bubble filled with our own image of life, our names, job, financial statement, life partner is all us. When in a matter of fact, these are things that forms our life as a puzzle. Any piece that falls, then we are a subject to a collapse during this disbalance. What happens biologically? There are many things that leads to suicide. Feeling desperate, depression, grief, chronic pain, facing a loss, hopelessness, fear or traumatic stress. The brain has two element-shaped clusters located in the frontal portion of the temporal lobe. They are the amygdalas. They have a very essential part, process emotion and perceive it to others. Also, form and store emotional memories, learn new information, and decision-making. Both sides have independent memory system, yet it work together to store or encode emotion. It gives the meaning to life. and make our priorities. We all driven by our emotion, even rational people, they just handle it better. Normally we live with a natural guard that makes us fear aggression. This protects us against self-harm or to others. This divine guard exists to help us regulate things rationally. But studies found out that disruption in the amygdala caused the guard to fall and have fearlessness. When a person reached to that state, then they would develop a desire for aggression. The desire to kill brings the desire to death. This system is meant to help us. Fear exists, and it's good that it keeps us alerted with irrational thinking during distress. When you lose that guard and thinking of aggression, the body processes death in the mind to protect others from any damage. This disbalance happens during a traumatic experiences. We finally lose the barrier against self-harm. The amygdala in males have poor connection between itself, language, and other high areas. For that they handle emotions primitive, which can lead to suicidal acts. They have more nerve cells, but less connection between them. For that it gives less linguistic skills than females. When we are exposed to a dangerous situation, the data is sent to the amygdala, for then it is sent to other areas activating flight or fight mode. Our bodies are actually aware of danger before we react towards it, which gives time for the brain to think. Being in such mode continually promotes depression, desperateness, and hopelessness, ending with suicide. Why life gives us sadness? Life is not complicated. We just confuse it with our own perception of real life. The things that forms our identity isn't life. We form an image in our head of life, relating it to the things we should have or must do, believing it this way. While we miss a very minor detail, yet it's the essence of all life, that this is life and it's not heaven. Life isn't either positive or negative. Life, in fact, is bilateral. It has positive and negative, yin and yang, cold and hot, light and darkness, life and death. No pole exists without the other. They complete each other. That is simple as it can be. We think we are depressed by the situation around us just because it doesn't match our mental image. Life is not taking any revenge of you or anyone else. Whatever challenges us, we should face it as a running fate. As fate runs, we should run along. It doesn't mean we can't control our lives. Our mind are a reflection of everything. Yet be aware that life runs its own course, and you should go along. We humans were created specially for that purpose. We face happiness the way we like it and only think of ourselves. When negative falls, we believe it's injustice and we didn't deserve it. Correct your mind with the simple wisdom. If you follow it, it will solve everything for you. What is the hidden wisdom that solves everything? That life is bilateral, reflecting two poles. Life works in stretched motion. Be in sync with that and let it happen. Realize the difference between price and value. This can really change your life. Owning expensive things are just for price, when value is like having a good husband, caring children, loyal friends, or feeling life happiness. Sadness breeds creativity. It enlightens dark spots unseen to us. Our lesson are our blessings. When we are in sadness, we see things in a different way that we didn't see it before. Sadness reveals life depth that are dark to us when we are stable. Get in sync with your own past. Life works as a stress. One day up, one day down. This is the natural course. Don't fear it, but opt for the good. Everything comes for a reason. It is as simple as that. No techniques, no pills, no diets. The solution is within your hand. Don't take your own life, but let life happen. Live and let life happen, because suicide is not the solution. Finally, I learned my lesson. Life is the greatest gift. Let life happen. Living is the only solution.